Hi. In this episode, we're going to talk about ACLs. ACL means Access Control List. It allows you to manage permissions for files and directories beyond the standard user, group, and others model. Think of it like a guest list. No matter who the owner of the party is, you can still invite other users, and in this case, other groups as well. So, to work with ACLs, you can use the command getFacl to display the ACL of a file. And you can also use setFacl to set or modify the access control list to give permissions to specific users, in this case, or it even works with groups as well. So, coming up in the lab, we're going to show how to work with ACL to really granularly give permissions to very specific users and very specific groups to your files and directories. Please stay tuned. In this episode, we're going to talk about ACLs. ACL stands for Access Control List. This allows you to really give very granular permissions to your files and directories. Let me show you what that means. I'm going to open up the activities inside the terminal and show you around my home directory. Let me zoom out just a little bit to give a good view. And you can see the files that I have in my home directory and the permissions that I'm having. So let's take an example for a file, the capital F-I-L-E file. You can see that if I am the user, which is administrator, I'm having read and write permissions for this file. However, if I am just belonging to a group, which is this group, I'm only having read-only permissions. And the same thing for others, everyone else is only having read-only permissions for this file. Now, what I can do, instead of changing the ownership or the group ownership to other users and other groups, I can simply state a specific permission set for other users and groups without actually messing around with the ownership or group memberships or anything like that. I can say over here, down here, setFacl, like set a file ACL, -m to modify, and u for user, and I can announce another user and give the permissions for the other user. I can say rw for my file. And now I have set permissions for this specific user on this file here. To see that current ACL or permission set, I can say get facl for my file, and it's going to show me that, hey, this is your file, this is the owner, this is the group owner, user who's the owner is having this permission, but also there's another user which I just added over here, modified, and that user is also having certain permissions on that file. Well, let's check it out. I'm going to go into another user account and open the file with vi, file, and now actually I'll go ahead and quit, and I'm still able to, access that file or use those permissions that are granted to me through the ACL. So this is a brief description or a brief way of identifying ACLs and setting file ACLs. I hope you've learned something from this episode, and I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.